What the frick is up, fellow N-words? Tasty Snack is here, and in case you haven't noticed, I've been uploading new videos. I've actually returned to a bit of a sorts, with my race bannings video last year. I said that I was back, but I actually now am back. So for the 100 of you that still watch my videos on a regular basis each time I upload, which I'm very thankful for, you may be asking why. Why am I coming back now? And I'm sure a lot of you are grateful for that, and I'm going to explain why. And honestly, the first reason is when I first made the Tasty Snackies channel, I had the aspiration to become a YouTuber and to make a career out of making videos. And I chose poorly by picking Magic the Gathering, given my type of personality and my work ethic, especially at the time when I started making that channel. Things just didn't necessarily coalesce. I used the channel for the most part as an outlet for creativity, first and foremost, not necessarily to make money or anything, but just to make whatever I wanted to make. And I was happily doing so for the first few years of running that channel. Then at about 2018, about 6 months after the whole Sprinklegate situation with Unsleeved Media happened, I came at a crossroads in my life trying to figure out what it is exactly I wanted to do. I was about to hit the age of 30 and I was still living at my dad's, working dead-end job, from dead-end job to dead-end job, not really having any direction, not really knowing what I wanted to do. And it wasn't until in retrospect that I understood that I was essentially just really depressed and had no vision of where I wanted to be in my life, and it brought me down, and I took it out on other people on the internet because that became kind of like my next outlet for creativity, was dunking on people on Twitter for some reason and distracting myself. And the newest Call of Duty Black Ops 4 came out and I became enamored in that, and I was playing a lot with a friend, and that same friend, I went to his wedding a couple months prior, and seeing someone that I grew up with move on in his next chapter of his life, along with other friends in their next the chapters of their life, made me even more directionless and made me even more depressed. And as a result, I just stopped uploading channels on a regular basis because I didn't know what the hell I wanted to do with my life in general. And honestly, that's a pretty hard pill to swallow, especially when I look back at it and I see the way that I treated those kinds of self-revelations and the way that I treated myself and the way that I kept beating myself down over the fact that I couldn't grow my YouTube channel any further because I wasn't uploading consistently. And the subscriber base that I had before Sprinklegate was like at 1,100, 1,200, I believe. And then that doubled because I took advantage of the Christina Sprinks situation. And it honestly made me feel hollow because that's honestly what I didn't want out of that. That's not what I wanted out of the Tasty Snackies channel at the time, because at the time it was supposed to be just a creative outlet where I could make memes or I would just talk shit on random stuff that I wanted to talk shit about. And then I got enamored and I got pulled into this weird culture of people just slinging monkey shit back and forth, and I distracted myself, and that just made me not want to do YouTube, if I'm being completely honest with myself. But I'm back making videos now. So what changed? Well, I changed a lot. The version of me from all those years ago, 3 years ago, to the version I am now, it feels like I'm a much different person. I don't really necessarily present it, but internally, I feel like a much different person. I feel like I'm much more mature, and that's out of necessity. I'm 30 years old now. It's time to focus on other things, and those other things include myself, because that's where it starts, is with myself. And in just the past 2 years, not 3, but the past 2 years, I've taken a lot of initiative to take those steps forward to grow up and get out of my comfort zone and actually evolve and actually metamorphose into a different person. I moved out of my dad's house. I got a very loving girlfriend that I want to settle down with and move on the rest of my life with. I actually now have an apartment with her, and we're laying the foundation of a successful future together, and that's what I'm really looking forward to. And now that I have that direction and I have those goals, now I feel this fire welling up inside of me to make YouTube videos again. Not necessarily to make money, but just because I feel like I'm in a better shape to do so. And if this becomes successful as a result, or other projects that I have in mind, then that's just icing on the cake. And so the plan is, well, for the next year, I've actually made kind of like this code for myself where I'm trying to improve my work ethic. And to do so, I've already put myself to task. You may in the future notice, because I'll be uploading videos at least weekly, that I may look the same from time to time, from video to video. That's because I'm batch filming and I'm batch editing and I'm scheduling these videos weeks in advance because I actually want to be consistent and I want this channel to grow. So as such, I have to improve my work ethic, and things are just going to look significantly, if not drastically, different than it previously did on this channel. I may make memes in the future, but that's just kind of not where my heart is right now. My heart right now is talking about Magic, because that's kind of one of the main reasons why I made this channel, was to talk about my most favorite game in the entire world, which is Magic the Gathering. So looking at my notebook right now, I have 32 video ideas, and 3 of those are already filmed, and they're going to be coming out week after week after week. So that means you're going to get at least 32 weeks of content, and I'm going to have more ideas as that comes out. And on top of that, not only am I going to have more editorial videos such as this, where I'm talking to you about whatever it is I want to talk about, I may be doing other miscellaneous content, like talking about my favorite cards, or maybe doing tier lists or whatever, some sort of subletting content aside from the main editorials that I'm going to have weekly. So you may end up having 52 videos in a year. You may end up having 104 videos a year, or maybe even more. It's just kind of how I feel where the direction of the channel needs to go. And hopefully you all will be able to enjoy what I make in the future, and I won't have to come back here 3 years from now and explain why it didn't pan out, because I'm making myself make it pan out, because I need to put myself to task. I need to prove to myself that I can do this, that I can actually take this seriously. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully y'all will stick along with the ride with me. Anyways, my name is Tasty Snackies. You all been wonderful, and I'll catch you on the flip side.